This is the secret to next level art that most ignore. I'm Gaby, and I went from drawing this to this and then to this. So in this video, I'll be giving you the 5 steps to making the most incredible art you have ever done. And the last one is the most important, but you can only make it happen if you follow the other 4 steps. Number 1. Plan. You may or may not have an idea in mind, but if you want a great start, you must plan your work. This is an underrated game changer. A study from Dr. Matthews at Dominican University found that people with written goals are 33 to 42% more likely to achieve them than those who only conceptualize their goals. 33 to 42% more likely, that's insane. When you are about to start a new piece, whether it's a commission or a personal project, you must plan it out. Write that down. And I'm not talking about some casual thought process. Nope. I'm talking about a real plan. I know what you're thinking, but Gab, I have an idea in my head. That's all I need. Well, guess what? Not quite. Planning is what helps you avoid these dreaded blank canvas moments, where you just sit there staring at your screen, wondering where to even begin. Trust me, we have all been there. Apparently, for my luck, my client had already sent me the idea they wanted. When I get art commissions, my clients often send to me an initial idea. And honestly, this sketch can save me from so many problems down the line. Sometimes my initial sketch is rough, which is fine, because it acts as a blueprint to expand upon. Having something to work with takes a huge load off my mind. Try it, please. And when I started planning my work more thoughtfully, my art began to improve exponentially. Instead of just winging it, I started setting a clear vision for every single artwork. Don't waste your time and create your base idea, which will guide you into the turbulent waters of creation. So, whenever you're starting a drawing, plan it out. Do not leave your imagination to do all the job. Now, I'm going to give you a full plan for when you're starting to create a new drawing. First, start with one main idea. Focus on one thing. Don't try to overload the piece with everything at once. No. A clean, focused piece always wins over something too chaotic. In our case, the main idea is a powerful lion at night full of powers and magic. And then you go into creating a storytelling. What's happening in your piece? Where is the action? This is the key to grounding your artwork. Think of it like telling a visual story. Where are your characters coming from? Where are they going? Why does the viewer need to care about them? So I added many trees around, stars and grass. And then we gotta think, who can help us? Find reference and look at artists who are amazing in the style and elements you want to include. This doesn't mean you should copy certain elements, which you can, but observing others' artwork can inspire new ways to approach your own. It's like learning a new language. By observing others' work, you develop your own voice. Wow! Now we go into sketch it out. Do a quick sketch, simple sketch. Don't worry about composition or perspective yet. Just get the basic idea down. If you're trying to draw something complex, break it down into simple shapes first. Now you go into the incredible world of refining. After creating everything that is going on, you start planning with what objects are in it and choose the ones that you like the most. Ta-da! Woo! This is a bulletproof plan to make you start your drawing and not feel lost ever again. If I had known this at the start of my art journey, I would have saved myself so many headaches. You will avoid a ton of frustrations by spending just a few extra minutes planning. And trust me, it's well worth it. This is going to make your art fly, but not achieve the final amazing result alone. Let's go to the next step that is going to take us there. Number 2, composition. Okay, but now that we have created your artwork, what's next? A great composition. This is huge, and I'm not only talking about where you place your characters or objects, it's about the entire scene, where everything goes and how everything feels. Composition can make or break your art. It's what sets the mood and the tone of the entire piece. You can have the best drawing skills in the world, but if your composition is off, the piece won't have the impact you want. As an example, in this drawing, I choose to position the grass close to the foreground, with a lion in the middle and a forest stretching into the background. I had a lot of fun designing ideas for this night scene, but I realized later that if I had placed the moon more centralized, it would have created a more dramatic impact. Does this mean I could have tried a different one, where the head would be ultra big and the body ultra tiny? Yes, I could have done this. But it would probably not go together with my main objective of showing how big and powerful the character is. The angle we choose will tell a lot what type of storytelling we are interested in showing. The one that controls the narrative controls everything. You are the one in control of the narrative, so what will it be? Try placing objects in the place you see that can make your storytelling more believable. But remember, composition is the foundation of a house. You wouldn't want to build a house on an uneven ground, right? Similarly, a weak composition can lead to a flat and lifeless piece of art. So take your time to get it right. You've got this. After applying this, your artwork is even close to looking absurdly great. Which leads us to step number 3, gray levels. If you try to color everything right from the start, you are going to run into problems. But if you first focus on light and shadows, that's where the magic happens. Think of it this way. When you paint in color, the first thing your eyes will focus on is the color. But that can distract you from other critical elements like shadows and highlights. To overcome this, the best thing you can do is to separate into steps. The step of painting everything in black and white or gray levels can help improve so much your shadows and light, since you are focused only into that. By removing all the noise, in this case colors, you will start to notice things that you didn't used to. I decided to paint it in black and white first, and wow, it helped me see things that I couldn't even notice when I had colors in the way. I was able to quickly nail down the shadows and highlights, which will make the final colors pop up much more efficiently. Do you know that muddy feeling in your painting? Yeah, that happens when we still have not mastered gray levels. This indeed shows us how important it is to study in depth how to use black and white painting. To make gray levels, it's important to always choose on which places are going to get dark and which areas are going to get bright. Make sure to choose where your main light is coming from, and the opposite direction will be receiving tons of shadows. Inside of these shadows, you will find something that we artists love, and let's call it reflection. After choosing the direction of the light and adding shadows, inside of those shadows you'll be adding a bit of a brighter tone of gray to show there is reflection, as you can see in this part of my drawing. I just gave you right now the formula to make absurdly great shadows and light. But to use it correctly, always make sure that you're looking at a reference. Don't try to do it alone. The past steps I have shown to you are of extremely importance. In your art journey, it's never good to go alone. The chances of getting lost and making mistakes are absurdly high. So if you'd like me to get into even more depth about this topic, you can check out by clicking in the link in the description for my platform, all in for artists who seek more expertise and self-confidence in what they create. Once you understand how shadows and light modulate everything, your art will turn into easy mode. Bro, how I wish I understood gray levels sooner! It's just insane! The final and most important part that you need to know in this step is make a great gradient between your shadows, light. Don't leave it sharp, make it a soft passage and show how graceful your art can be. Yes, this is also a patient test pretty much. Since this is a part we refine a lot, talking about refining, this next step is just for you. Number 4, retry again and again. Okay, you've got a nice plan, but your initial idea or sketch, it's It's not final. Plans change, things evolve, and that's okay. In this project, I noticed the moon was too small and not calling enough attention, so I have decided to make it bigger and in the middle of the canvas. We must stick to the plan, but in the middle of the path, many times we will see that some things must be changed. While drawing, if you see an idea that is not clicking, do not be afraid to try something different. You are made to shine by being free from the mind and to be flexible with different ideas. They make you grow. And in this case, something utterly different. A gigantic moon! Drawing is not a short sprint, but is indeed an ultra-long marathon. We should not focus into making everything right at first, but we should focus on maintaining our pace to keep on going and improving little by little. I like to dedicate a great portion of my work to focus only on fixing my mistakes and refining everything that I already have. Since I'm aware that I'm a human, I'm aware my work, whether I want it or not, will have many mistakes without me noticing it. There are two main types of mistakes that you can make in your artwork. The first one is the one that you can see that are a mistake, and the ones you cannot even see it is there. Even if I'm not able to see them, I will take action and try to improve by questioning myself. If I needed to make this even better than how it is, what would I do? And the answer tends to be most of the time a junction of using new reference plus fixing based on reference plus refining more. And tada, the result is a better artwork. And now, with all this info, this takes us to our final step. Number 5, the magical touch. This is what separates good art from great art. At this point, you have already been looking at your artwork for a long time. You probably lost touch with what is real and what is not. As we get our view foggy, we can get to the point of thinking too highly of our work, thinking there is nothing more we can improve, or the completely opposite. We may think that we are never going to make a great artwork. By the way, the second case is a severe case of self-confidence issues. To fix self-confidence, it starts with you not being so hardcore on yourself. That's right, hug yourself more. That's right, I'm hugging myself right now. Heck yeah, Gabs. When I was starting to draw as a kid, I liked to hide my drawings because I didn't believe they were good enough. Even put a good amount of them in the trash. I'm serious about this. Oh, it was my belief they were not good enough. Your beliefs can change a lot how you perceive your life. But in a certain day, I noticed that I was my biggest enemy. And if I truly wanted to grow my art skills, I would need to stop forever being my #1 enemy and start once for all being my #1 friend. Growing up, I was able to build up self-esteem, self-confidence, to improve more and more, and see that my art is doing very well. Heck yeah! Woo! If I kept on believing they were never good enough, I would not be here talking with you today. Now let's get back to the video. Do you want to know what the solution to this is? Very simple. Break it! I mean it. Break the pattern. Try strong colors. Try brighter and darker ones. Your eyes are already used to looking at your painting, so the chances of it needing a touch and you not being able to perceive it are very high. Create new layers with different color modes. Try overlay for stronger, darker and brighter tones. Try color dodge for brighter tones. Try filters. Try curves too. All of those are there to help you. There are many different tools that you can test. Well, the point here is, try the unknown. Make the magic happen in your work. Our mind likes to set us to think it cannot get better, but it can always improve. This is my work before and after trying to add effects. Wow, and guess what? My brain was already telling me,
it's already good enough. You don't need to make anything more, Gabs. Come on.
Do not listen to that voice and keep going in the search of being 1% better in your work. Congratulations! Now you have all the 5 steps for making an insane artwork. Will you just close this video and go to another one, not applying anything that I have shown you? Or will you take action right away and find a way to improve? The power is indeed in your hands.